so controversial.
I like that. I think somebody out there really needed to hear that today.
I hope I hope that blessed you.
Okay, this one, maybe it's kind of mean. I don't mean it to be mean, but it's my hot take. It's my opinion.
Okay.
Like, if I saw somebody that I knew writing a hate comment, I would be cringing so hard.
Oh.
What?
Taylor Swift is overrated. Pools and hot tubs are disgusting. #germs.
Well, happy July, the best month of the year.
Yes.
I definitely think you're like at the cusp of summer. My birthday's in July.
Lots of fun summer activities going on.
Yeah. I feel like by August, like, people are getting back into school. It's getting like so hot.
We feel like we've already had this so hot weather, but
I
maybe
know.
it'll get worse in August.
I don't know. But I don't know. It's just a fun month, which
Yeah.
by the time this is out, we're going to be about 3/4 of the way
Yeah.
through. Well, today is going to be a fun episode. Sorry, I feel like I'm really hosting this. You can tell them what the episode is about.
It is your hot takes or controversial opinions, right?
Yeah, it's going to get controversial.
Super controversial.
I don't-
was gonna say super spicy, but I realized that wasn't the right word.
I mean, yeah,
Maybe. We had you guys write some in, and then Kenslie and I each have some of our own.
Yeah,
But I'm excited to read the submissions.
I know. I haven't read any of them, which normally I kind of like have to filter through or like figure out what we're going to do, but I haven't looked at any of them. I had Keegan kind of collect them, and then I think I'm going to send you some, and I'll have some.
Okay.
So I'm so curious what you
I know.
guys
Me
wrote.
too.
Anyways, what are we drinking today?
Okay, this is a pretty simple drink to make. I guess it's kind of like a form of an adrenal cocktail just because I added some salt to it to make it like a little bit more hydrating.
Yeah.
But let me get them.
Looks very refreshing.
The color is really pretty.
I know. If you guys are watching on YouTube, check this out.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Okay, so this is like a mint and lime infused water with a little bit of salt and a dash of maple syrup just to add a little sweetness.
Ooh, I like that. Okay, let's try it. Oh my word.
That's good. It's not really hardly sweet at all.
That's so good. It's not too limey though. You know, like sometimes when you add lime to water, it's like overpowering.
Yes. So I just like added the mint to the water this morning so it could infuse all day. And then when I got back from work, I just squeezed the key lime juice into it. Key limes are so good, by the way. And
you feel like that's the secret is key limes versus regular limes?
I think key limes are better. They're almost a little bit sweeter,
Okay.
I think. And they're like, I like the small size of them.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes like you can never use up a whole lime in a recipe or
I know what
something.
you
Then
mean.
it just dries out in the fridge.
So did you take all your measurements?
It's got like a dash of this, a dash of that. Yes, I made this in a quart mason jar. So I just did like a little handful of mint leaves, and then I did 2 key limes. And then just a dash of salt, a dash of maple syrup.
Okay.
It's kind of foolproof, I would
Well,
say.
We'll have the recipe up on our Instagram.
Yes.
Probably the day after we post this. We'll see.
It's a good light summery drink. A good little drink for if you have any fun summer plans that you need to make a drink for.
Yeah.
Try this out.
Any hosting plans?
Yes.
Which I'm curious if anybody took the challenge,
Yes.
hosted somebody new, got out of their comfort zone a little bit, because that's what our last episode was about. I have not yet, but I have something in the works.
Yes.
Inviting some people to my house that I haven't had. And I am a little bit nervous for it. Should I say what it is?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm having all of the young adult ladies from our church. So something I kind of was thinking, because we have a couple new couples, and I was like, I feel like I don't even know them. And for myself personally, I need to do a little bit better about like reaching out to new people. And it can be really hard for me because I'm like, I don't know what to talk about. I don't know them. And so I was like, I should just have like a girls' brunch, have them over to my house. Plus I was kind of like praying about that God would put something on my heart about with hosting. And I was kind of thinking about that because I was like, man, I wish I could kind of like get to know these people better, but I don't really know even where to start.
Yeah.
So, which I know maybe some of them listen to this. So I'm like,
yeah.
But I'm so excited.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be really fun. So I will keep you guys updated, I guess. Next episode about how that went.
It's easier to get to know people in a group too.
Yeah.
I feel like. So it's like a little bit less like, I don't know, like, and like, I don't feel like like it's kind of a group of us getting together that doesn't normally hang out. So it's not like there's one new person or something.
Right.
So it's like we can all kind of just
get to know
each other at the same
and
time.
I'm also not really a one-on-one person. I'm not saying that I won't be. It's just because I still think that there's opportunities that I need to still push myself to be one-on-one with people. But I just am better in a group setting. I just feel more comfortable. Yeah. And so this is like kind of a fun way to get to know people. Yeah. So I'm really excited about that. So I'm curious if anybody else took the challenge.
Yes, let us know.
Let me know what you've done. So our next segment is What's Been Brewing. Do you want to go ahead and go first for this one?
Sure. I guess I'll just start off by addressing everyone who has reached out to me. And, okay, we'll start this. Last episode, I kind of talked a little bit about what I'd been dealing with. And an update is I'm still dealing with it, but not quite as bad. So,
yeah.
Yay. I'm like, it's kind of depressing in a way when I think back that I'm like, oh, wow, I'm still dealing with it. And that was like a month ago.
Yeah.
But it's okay. It has gotten better. Like, I don't know if I told you guys in the last episode that I woke up super anxious every single morning. That has mostly gone away. It was, I don't know, a couple mornings back. I think I woke up pretty anxious again, but not super bad. Mm-hmm. So that's went away. I feel like it has gotten better. It kind of like spiked over the weekend, it seemed like. And like the last couple of days, it's been kind of bad. But I do feel like it's been better. And I have a lot of people to talk to. And I'm like, there's a couple, like a younger family that went to our church. They don't really go much anymore, but I'm going to meet with them, and they have like a big heart for ministry and stuff. Anyway, I just think it's good to like reach out to people with stuff that you're struggling with, and especially people who like kind of understand what you're going through. Anyway, I'm excited to meet with them.
Yeah, I really think that Satan uses like loneliness or just thinking that you're alone, not talking to people and just shutting people out to further
and like realizing, for me, it's been a big thing, like when I get overwhelmed and like realizing it's a spiritual battle, and then like when I remember that, then it's like, oh, okay, like it makes it a little bit clearer. But thank you everyone who like DM'd me and messaged me. That meant so much to me. And I know a lot of you were praying for me also. So thank you so much. And I would love your continued prayers in that area.
You guys are the best.
Yes, that, really brought me to tears. Should I just go on with my other life updates?
Yeah, sure.
So I hosted like 2 things over the last month. Not really anything like inviting new people in my home per se, because I just don't feel ready for that quite yet. But we had a girls' brunch, which we'll post some pictures of. It was really cute.
It was kind of nice.
We haven't Saturdays ago.
Done something like with just the girls. We hang out as couples a lot, but just having a girls' day and just chatting.
They're so fun to do. Like once again, like everyone brought something, and then we all kind of like put everything together at my house and stuff, and it was super fun.
Yeah.
And then we had like friends over that evening, so then I guess we kind of hosted again that evening.
Yeah. You have been on your hosting game.
Yes, we had like hot dogs, which of course is super easy. I love hosting.
Yeah.
I need to get better at hosting like out of the box like people and stuff. But I like in general love having people over. I love having people in my home, and like I love people having people at our house. And then we had a couple surprise birthday parties, which I'm sure you'll talk about yours. We had a surprise birthday party. It was such a busy 4th of July week. It felt like, because like we had the girls brunch the weekend before 4th of July, and then we had friends over that evening, and then 4th of July, Wednesday night, we had a birthday party with you and Oliver at my parents' house. Right. Then Thursday, we met for coffee.
Wait, I don't want to cut you off, but Be Real just went off.
Oh, perfect. Mine hasn't went off yet.
Oh, really?
Maybe if I open the app.
Wait, I'm going to get our Be Real really quick.
Okay.
Well, we'll have to save the Be Reals and put them on our story.
Oh, yeah. Let me go ahead and add to photos. Okay. 4th of July, we met for Kenslie's birthday at a coffee shop. Just us girls kind of got together. Then the afternoon, we went over to Oliver's big family gathering. They had a birthday, 4th of July kind of thing, too, for the family. So I was just like, I feel like I'm just dragging on. And then I'm trying to remember everything we did. What did we do Friday?
Friday, We did something.
Friday we did Phoebe's birthday party.
That's right.
Yes. My mother-in-law and I planned a birthday party for her, like a surprise birthday party for her at my house because it's her 18th birthday, so that's a fun one. So we did like a tea party theme. It was really fun, and I think we really got her. So we did that Friday, and Friday night we didn't have plans, which was so nice.
We had plans. It's not in my life update, but we had book club.
Oh, that's right. You guys had plans.
So then we were like, had another social event.
And then Saturday, we were with our friends all day. Again, we were with people so much. We helped our friends Johnny and Riley move into their new house. So it's like a bunch of us boxed things up and brought it to their house. So that was like an all-day event. Then Saturday night, we got together with friends again at our other friend's house. And then Sunday, we had a surprise birthday party for Kenslie. It was a crazy week.
I know.
That was really fun. I'll let you talk about your birthday party more.
Okay.
But anyway, and then what else did I have on my life update? Oh, it was kind of fun. Last night, Oliver and I babysat his cousins. They're like a lot younger than him. I think how old they are, like 3 and 2. And that was super fun.
Caught some baby fever.
It was fun to like babysit together as a couple.
I was thinking that
too. It was
too.
kind of like playing family for a little bit.
Yeah.
It kind of gives you an idea of, obviously, it's not like, oh, that's how our family's going to be. It kind of gives you like an idea of like a little family dynamic.
Yeah.
Like that was really fun to do. And we had a lot of fun with them. They're like, the kids were at such a fun age to like, they're super interactive and playful.
How old are
and stuff.
they?
2 and 3.
He's only 3.
Yeah.
Wow.
Pretty sure. Because he just joined. Pretty sure.
Okay. Yeah, that is a fun age.
He'll be 4 soon. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it sounds fun to babysit with Keegan too.
Yeah.
It's like.
I know.
Fun
It's kind of like, yeah. Felt like playing house.
Playing house. We did VBS this past month.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Which Keegan and I did the drama for it, which was really fun, but it was kind of hard to like learn all the lines and everything.
Yeah.
But I've always loved doing drama and acting, so it was a really fun thing to do at VBS. And our church hasn't done VBS for a while, so it was really fun to like come together and do something for the kids, and just like I feel like it brings the church together a little bit to have like a community event to do together. We of course celebrated my birthday on the 4th of July. That's when my birthday is. And let's see, you guys took me out for coffee. Keegan and we went shopping a little bit. Not really for me. I just had gifts to get people.
Yeah.
Just shopping together. And then that night, Keegan made me supper. He made some steak, potatoes, and broccoli, and creme brulee.
Wow, fancy.
I know. It was
Did
very
that turn
fancy.
out?
Yeah, it did turn out really well. He didn't have a torch, but we just broiled it.
Yeah.
It was so good.
Yeah, that's
And we had our friends Andy and Alyssa over that night, and then we went to watch our like town's fireworks.
Okay, did you just go to pick one, watch them?
Yeah.
Okay, because we were gonna watch fireworks, but yeah, we didn't.
Yeah, it was really close, and so that's what
fun.
we did. And then I kind of just thought my birthday was over then. That was Thursday. And let's see, on Sunday, it was after church, you texted me and you're like, well, we can go to Mel, which is your mother-in-law's, to go swim. So I was like, okay, that sounds like a fun, just something to do, relax.
Oh, by the way, the party was at our other friend's house's pool. So I was throwing her off to be like, so she would bring her swim clothes and stuff, but act like we were just going to like my mother-in-law's pool, which is like right beside our house.
Yeah. And so I was kind of like not really in a rush, and I just like went and took a nap.
I know, we were all like at the pool waiting for you to come, and I was texting Keegan. He was like, she's napping right now. Like everyone was already there.
Me so oblivious, because I was like, I'm not in a rush. Like we're just hanging out there. I'm going to be there all day. And then Keegan said we needed to stop at my friend's house because he was borrowing something. So I was like, okay. I was so oblivious. And then we pulled up. I was so confused. It's such a weird feeling when you think like your day's going to go a certain way and you think you're going to do something, and then everyone was just like there with like 23 balloons. And I was like,
it was so funny. Your face was just like, huh? Yeah, I was so confused. And we were just like, Oliver was like, okay, we were having a surprise birthday party for her. He was like, okay, just to be like, hey, you're hanging out with us again, because we had been with like together as a group. We had been together so many days in a row. Already felt like that way. She's like, hey, you're hanging out with us all day again.
I was cracking up because somebody was like, it's us again. I was like, but it was so fun.
Yeah, it was fun.
Speaking of Oliver, well, I have a video of the surprise. I might be able to put it up. We'll see. But
oh yes, maybe we can put it on our story.
Yeah, it's shot like horizontal.
Okay,
but it'll be okay. Yeah. But you can hear Oliver in the beginning saying, I feel so awkward. This is so awkward.
He gets like super awkward in like situations like that like might be kind of awkward. If
so
that makes
funny.
sense, or kind of like cringy in a way.
He can't handle any cringe.
Like even in movies or like shows that we're watching, like he cannot handle any cringe. Yeah, so like he was not liking that.
But literally, I mean, you can't see me in the video, but I feel like I didn't even really look like excited.
Well,
I was so
we were just
confused.
laughing. I mean, we had been with you so much that weekend already. So
And I was
like, what?
I was just like, I don't know. I've never had a surprise thrown like that. And it's just such a weird, like, I literally felt like I was in a dream because I was like, wait, I'm so confused. Like, we're here now. Anyways, so.
And a good meal idea is, so we did for her birthday, we did like hot dogs, and we also did hot dogs at our Todd gathering on 4th of July, but we did like fancy toppings on them, and we had some leftovers that we brought to her birthday too. Like I made a garlic aioli, and like Sydney made a couple different like slaws and like pickled onions. Those like level up hot dogs so much. So like that's a good hosting idea too. If you like even have like a bigger crowd of people who don't have much time to make something, just do hot dogs and then make some fancy toppings if you want to make it like a little bit fancier. It like kind of levels it up so much.
Yeah, that is a good idea. And it was so good.
Yeah.
Like the garlic aioli, slaw.
I know. I loved it all together.
It was so good. And the garden update that you guys have just been like on the edges of your seat waiting for. We have harvested a single green bean. Kind of pathetic.
I had Kiki split that for dinner some night.
I'm literally like, what do I do with one green bean?
I
because an animal
came. Freeze it for later. Freeze it and add it to a bag of frozen green beans.
We'll see who gets lucky and gets it in their bite. An animal came through and just demolished my green beans. So I don't know.
Super annoying.
Maybe I'll get more later, but they're not looking too great. And I got several squashes.
Yeah.
Okay. Several, which is kind of like, I don't even like squash. I literally don't like squash at all. Somebody gave me the plant, and I was like, asked my friends, I was like, do any of you want it? And I didn't want it to go to waste. Like, it's free food for somebody. So I'm trying to pawn some off onto Jayla, and we'll see if anybody else.
Oliver and I like squash. I'm Lord, I have a melon plant. I don't know what kind it was, just like a random melon. And it is grown in a small bed. So it's like starting to vine out over the bed, which I thought would be fun. Like it can grow in the grass or whatever.
Yeah.
The whole thing is just dying.
Oh, interesting.
I feel like I've heard of that happening with people with like melons before. Like the whole plant just kind of like shriveling. It's not like dried out. So I'm like, whatever.
That doesn't happen to my watermelon.
I know. I almost thought I'd heard.
My watermelon, it's literally just still these tiny plants. So we'll see. It's like not.
It hasn't vined out yet.
No, but I planted mine pretty late probably. Okay. So we'll see. I might not get it till like September.
I've gotten like a good amount of green beans and jalapeno peppers and banana peppers. That's kind of been my garden harvest. Yeah. So then the peppers are easy to throw into lots of different dishes. So.
I have peppers that are coming soon, and then I've harvested a few cherry tomatoes. And I have lots more.
Tomatoes don't look like they're going to be ready anytime soon.
Is gardening content so boring? I get so excited to talk about my garden.
I know.
But I'm like, I don't would I be interested to listen to other people's gardens?
I forgot I had like my cute harvest basket because I was just like bringing out like a plastic bowl. I was like, oh wait, I got this like basket at a garage sale. It's like so much more fun to take my basket out.
I saw your cute harvest basket. I was like, I need one.
That makes it so much more fun, even though like it does not ever get like filled or anything. It's just, like,
have
you little things.
Have you seen the girl who like picks harvest baskets and like gifts to bring people? It's like so cute. Such goals. I know. I'm like, I love that. And I would love to have a friend like that, like brings me a little harvest basket.
I know. That would be such a fun little, like a little gift. Yeah.
So I'm so excited to get into our hot takes. I don't know if mine are very controversial or if they're just like, I don't know. Some people might disagree with mine.
I don't have very good ones. I have literally 3. And
I'm excited to hear them. Okay. Well, I'll go first because I have 4.
Wow, crazy.
Crazy, you're so controversial.
Okay, you go first.
We'll take turns
Okay.
maybe saying one. Okay, this is something that I've been thinking about, and it's kind of like for myself too, and I've been kind of coming to the realization.
Yeah.
And that let's stop like complaining about how privileged people are. I've started to get kind of annoyed, even at myself, like, oh, they were just like handed everything in life. Or,
Yeah.
oh, that's not fair that they didn't have to work that hard. Now they have this really nice
Yeah.
job. Or it literally just makes you discontent, for one. And number 2, life just isn't fair. And the longer that I'm like living, I'm just like, you know what? I'm super privileged in some ways. And then there's other people who maybe their parents bought them a house or something.
Yeah.
And they seem so privileged, and it's just like so annoying. And I'm like, what does it matter?
You're always going to be more privileged. Like, your own life is more, like, someone else would look at you and say, wow, you are so privileged. Like,
right.
There's,
like, I could
so, like,
look
there's
at,
no sense in comparing. Like, yeah.
I've just realized, like, it's so easy to compare. And I kind of am getting tired of myself being like, wow, they get paid so much money to, like, not do anything. Or they're, you know, like, people are handed down businesses. And it's, like, so unfair.
Yeah.
But it's, like, we're all just, like, born into the life that we have. And I think it's good to recognize your own privilege, for one. And just accept that, like, life's just not fair.
Yeah.
And it's not fair that I was born, you know, into a Christian family and have, like, lots of job opportunities. That's not fair either.
Oh, I know. I've been thinking about that. That's kind of like gone with what I've been struggling with. I think I was thinking about that a lot early on when I was struggling. Was just, like, the privilege. Because me feeling so privileged.
Yeah.
And, like, it's just, I guess,
But
really...
Yeah, you also, on the other hand, can't just be, like, feeling guilty for your privilege at the same time. Because it's like, I'm just going to be thankful.
Yeah, one of my good friends from Africa, who was on the trip with me to Africa, had said that she'd struggled with that too before, but, like, you just have to realize that, like, God in his all sovereign way or whatever, like, put you where you're at for a reason. So I don't know. It is really hard to understand that. And I guess like for me, I'm like, I'm so thankful for the spot that God has put me in. Like, part of living in a broken world is just like, there is going to be people who are way less privileged. And it's just like, almost like it started with Adam and Eve, just like generational things. Like, you had a bad family. I mean, obviously you can change the generational cycle, but I've been thinking about that. It's like, it's just a result of like a lot of like I don't understand how people live so, like, unwisely with their money. And that's the reason why they're, like, in so much debt and they don't have anything and they live in a slummy house and stuff. I'm like, I feel like you have to realize, like, how privileged I am to have grown up in a family who, like, taught me all those things. And that's why I have all those things. Like, a lot of those people, and I'm not saying that that's everyone, but a lot of those people, it's like, that's all they've ever known.
Yeah.
So they don't really know how to break the cycle.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
And they have just, like, such a different perspective on life. Like,
yeah. And really, I also have to, like, check my own heart, because I really notice that when I go to other countries too. It's like, sometimes I don't think anyone can be content in their lives unless they have, like, a nice life. Like,
to live comfortably.
Just to live comfortably, just by me looking at them. I'm like, people can be, like, on fire for God, have such a great relationship with their family, and live just like they don't care what their house looks like.
Yeah.
They, like, live in a really not nice area and they don't have a lot of nice things, so they're just, like, so happy and content. And I, like, don't understand how you could be happy and content like that sometimes. And so I'm like, just because people, does that make sense?
Yes, it is. It's sometimes good to, like, remember that. And we all have been handed something.
Yeah.
We've all been so blessed.
So, like, just say other people are privileged, just like, but you yourself are so privileged compared to, like, other people too. So, like, God has put us all in our areas of life for a reason.
Yeah.
And use that to glorify him.
Yeah. Wise
all
words.
Right. Okay, mine is so lame next to that. Mine is that sourdough bread is actually so easy to make.
Yes.
Everyone thinks that sourdough bread is so much harder, and I don't have time for a sourdough bread. I don't have, like, time to have another baby, another child. It is so easy, and it's easier than making regular bread.
Amen.
if it's just like, and if you want to get into like making everything sourdough, like sourdough muffins, sourdough cookies, like I can see how like that gets complicated.
Yeah.
But just like a regular old sourdough bread sandwich loaf, especially for like a working person like me.
Yeah.
It is so much easier. I just like mix it up in one go to my evening plans.
Mm-hmm.
The next morning, go to bed. The next morning, bake it.
Yeah.
Or the next morning, like shape it and put it in the fridge and bake it when I get home from work. Like I don't have to commit, because like with regular yeast breads, you have to like commit like a good 4 to 5 hours because of the 2 rise times and the bake time.
Yeah. I know. And I've been talking to people about it too. And they're like, because
I felt that too before I started. Yeah.
It sounds really overwhelming. Because it's a long drawn out process, but it's kind of just like, oh, you come here for like 2 minutes and you like do like a little like stretch and fold. And then
I know.
You just like leave it for hours and you can just forget about it, throw it in your fridge. And there's actually another thing. So there's a lot of flexibility.
Oh, yeah.
And I've been talking about it a little bit in my vlogs when I do sourdough.
Yeah.
It's like, you just kind of make it work around your life and not being like, oh my word, it's been this amount of time. It's probably going to turn out okay.
It is. And the flavor usually is, even if it's not like the perfect, prettiest loaf, the flavor is always the same, I feel like. Or it's always so good. Even if the loaf turns out a little bit flat or something, like it still tastes amazing.
So if this is your sign to start sourdough, you should do it.
Yes.
Find somebody who has maybe a starter, or I know you can like buy like freeze dried.
Or
you can make your own.
I'll literally give you some starter if you want. If you live around me, message me and I will give you some.
Yeah.
And one thing that I feel like a lot of people don't know, like I think people know, but I was just talking to my coworker about this, is you can literally put your sourdough starter in the fridge for months, days, probably literally years if you wanted to.
Yeah.
You don't just, it doesn't just sit on your counter and you feed it every day and you feed it every day like a baby. Like
yeah, mine's in my fridge right now.
I literally only take it out, feed it, bake with it. Bake with it, put it back in the fridge.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'll feed it like 2 times before baking it just to make it a little bit stronger if it's been like months between baking or like many weeks. But literally just pull it out, feed it once, and then it's ready to go. And I bake with it and I put it back in the fridge.
Yeah. I like that. I think somebody out there really needed to hear that today.
Yeah, I hope you, I hope that blessed you.
Okay, this one, maybe it's kind of mean. I don't mean it to be mean, but it's my hot take. It's my opinion.
Okay.
Is that radio show hosts and talk show hosts are so annoying.
See, okay. Yes.
Okay, can I just say, this is what made me think of it. I'm just going to call it out. At my work, we were playing the Christian radio station Air One.
Oh, yes.
And they just like start like laughing at the dumbest things, and it's fake. That's my problem.
Yes.
But
bless them, they're doing the Lord's work.
They are doing the Lord's work.
And I love listening to their music. Like their music, like it's like such a good uplifting station if I'm wanting something.
And I was like, probably it made somebody laugh today, but it was like, it's not funny. Like he said something and it wasn't funny, and she's just laughing, and I'm like, your job is to laugh at these jokes. Like you're not, it's just the fake laughing. And I think it's the same on like Jimmy Fallon or like like the guests say something that's not that funny and he's just dying laughing. Yes. And I'm just like, this just feels like such a production.
Oh yeah. I will say I still love the Wally Show podcast.
Okay, I need to get back into it. I don't think that they're super cringy. I agree.
No, so this is like one of my favorite podcasts, and I started listening to them. I'm curious if anyone else listens to them. Let me know if you do.
Kind of underground.
They're not really even on any local radio stations, I think, around our areas. I forget how I came across them.
I feel like we stumbled upon
YouTube, maybe.
Yeah.
So I've listened to them from way back when I was like, I don't even know how I stumbled upon them because I don't even think my parents listened to them. And I like go through stages of listening to them. Anyway, it's called the Wally Show podcast. And it's a radio show, but they're on the podcast app. And I usually just listen to the Aftercast. Because the Aftercast is like a separate podcast. It like doesn't have any...
It's all the things that they didn't get to or the things that are too controversial
to talk about on the regular. They're a Christian radio show, but they're not cheesy at all.
Yeah. And they're kind of unhinged a little bit.
And they talk about like controversial stuff, like stuff that other like Christian radio shows like would be too scared to bring up because they don't want to like ruffle any feathers. Mm-hmm. And another reason I really like them is because I feel like I know all the hosts so well because I grew up listening to them. So like if you start listening to them, you might be like you know how it kind of get, like, if you don't know who the people are, it kind of takes a while to, like, get to know how they act and their personalities. Or
there's, like,
think they're
inside
funny.
jokes.
Yes. But they're, like, it's such a good,
and it's kind
clean, like, and there's a lot of good stuff
it's
on
a good
it.
way to, like, get your news from, like, a Christian source. I don't know. And they have, like, funny stories.
If anyone knows who they are or listens to it, seriously let me know, because I feel like I'd never hear anyone talk about them.
I know. I would be so curious to hear too. That makes me, I need to get back into them when I'm, like, looking for a podcast.
We can honestly skip my other ones.
I want to hear them. Can you just say them really quick?
Fresh flowers in your home is the best decor.
Wow, that's so controversial.
I couldn't think of anything, and I couldn't think of anything controversial.
I know. It's kind of hard to, like, quickly think of something.
Because I was thinking, like, to me, that is the best decor of all time. And then my other one was really, like, thrift stores have the best clothes. I literally was thinking of them on my walk this morning.
That's so funny.
So anyway, let's get past those. You say your other ones.
You're so controversial.
I know.
The thrift store one?
I couldn't think of controversial things.
I know. Honestly,
other than sourdough bread, I feel like it's controversial. So.
Mine aren't that controversial. Because I feel like you guys are all going to agree with me on this one, because you guys are all so nice and so sweet. But writing hate comments is so embarrassing. Like, it's so... like, if I saw somebody that I knew writing a hate comment, I would be cringing so hard.
Oh, I know.
I'm like, who writes hate comments?
I don't understand that either, because I do not understand... I don't understand people, like, telling people things to make them feel bad about themselves.
Yeah, I'm not talking about, like, kindly disagreeing or being like, actually, I think this. Like,
yes.
Or
but just, like, saying something that, like, could have totally just not been
like,
said. Like, you're just hating on them.
Yes.
Yes, I know. It's very distasteful.
Like, I read them, and I'm just like, wait, like, this is a real person who literally is writing this. And I know they're probably hurting.
I know.
But it's just so crazy. I just can't fathom hate comments. And
I just can't fathom, like, writing one.
Because, I mean, I will, and sometimes I see something and I'm like, oh my word, that's the dumbest thing I've ever seen.
But I would
like,
never comment on it.
The worst I'm going to do is send it to my friends.
Is silently hate them from behind the screen, but don't actually say anything to their face.
I mean, I'm not going to be that mean, but I'm just going to be like, oh my word, look at this. That's probably kind of mean. And
still part of the problem.
My last one is that I think that we should have people in our lives that have a different opinion and viewpoint than us. Mm-hmm. I mean, obviously within boundaries, like, I don't know if I would say that your best friend shouldn't be Christians. I think it's really good to have, like, your core people,
your core influences in life
to be Christians, but, like, having people that have a different political view than you or a little bit different theological view than you, I just don't think it's good to only be with people who are just going to, like, soundboard your own opinions off of you. Mm-hmm. It's good to be challenged. And I also just wish we could have more polite conversations. I love to hear people who disagree with me, because I'm pretty open-minded. Like, I know what I believe and I'm going to stick to it.
You're grounded in the truth, but yeah.
But I'm kind of like, if somebody has a different political view, like, I want to understand their heart instead of just immediately villainizing them. Mm-hmm. Or even a different theological view, because it challenges me a little bit. Mm-hmm. It can help you to feel, like, more firm in your own beliefs. Just
definitely.
Like, I mean, it feels, you get more confident in how you feel when you're challenged a little bit. And, like, I just sometimes wish we could have more conversations that, like, you weren't getting offended and defensive. Like, just getting to know people's hearts of, like, why they feel the way that they do. So, can we just, like, have some friendly debates?
Like, talk to my coworker who's not a Christian. She's, like, a couple years older than me. And it was so, like, I mean, it was, like, definitely sad, because it was, like, she doesn't, like, see Christ the way that I see Christ, or, like, want a relationship in the way that I have one. Mm-hmm. But it was so good for me at the same time to, like, talk to someone who, like, believed differently than me, not even just about, like, Christ and religion, but, like, about, like, all the controversial things in the world today, you know what I'm saying, like, and we just had such a good conversation about it, and neither of us was, like, being offensive to the other one. I felt like we were just having, like, really good wholesome conversation. I was like, this was just, like, really, I mean, like, you never know where that conversation is gonna lead. And
it probably just gave you a little bit perspective. Even if you disagree, it just kind of, like, sometimes you see the opposite view.
Mhm.
I'm more talking about politically, I guess.
Mhm.
But you see the opposite view as just like they're idiots. Like
Idiots, and that is so dumb. Yeah, and it's easy to just judge people like that is not like why
Mhm.
and then you realize like they're like a person just like you and have
Mhm.
like you've probably just never had a lot of these things happen to you in your life and you're not surrounded by them, so that's why your viewpoint is different in a way. And also like my viewpoint is very much based on like the Bible and stuff, which is good, but it's good for you to understand like the side that other people are coming from because you just get to know them better and you can understand them better even if you don't agree with them.
Yeah. I think it's good to like ask questions and actually care, because like there's some things like I've heard people say things about me, like I've heard it, they didn't say it to my face, but it's like, oh, they do this or they choose to do this, and it's like I kind of wish you would have like cared enough to be like, hey, like why do you do it, like in a really loving way, because like I might have a reason behind it. And the same thing with someone I might disagree with. Like, hey, like, why do you choose to believe that or whatever?
Instead of being like, oh, I saw that they were doing this or that. And it's like, you just literally ask them.
And there's a good chance you're going to walk away still being like, I still disagree. But maybe you have a little bit more of like a heart and a perspective behind that.
Yeah.
So that's my other hot take. But I'm so excited to get into you guys's. Okay, I have to figure out how I'm going to do this. So I'm going to send these to you. Okay, I already read my first one, so I'm just going to go ahead and read it. But I'm trying.
Did you split them?
To.
I'm like not looking.
I'm trying to not like read the next one. I'm so excited to see what you guys wrote. Okay. Ketchup on eggs is so good.
Ew. I know people do that.
Have you ever tried it?
I think I did it in Haiti.
I know.
I don't like sweet eggs. Like people like maple syrup on
they
eggs
add
too.
Sweetness.
And so ketchup is sweet and it adds, I think it's the sweetness that I hate.
I'm going to have to disagree as well. But Keegan loves ketchup on eggs. I think it is. I think it's also the sweetness that gets me.
Yeah.
I do like salsa on eggs.
Me too.
So
but like there's a little bit of heat in the salsa, so that like bounces it out.
Because eating just eggs is kind of like it.
Yeah, like just scrambled eggs.
They just need some.
Target is overrated. I think a lot of people will agree on
that. Do you agree?
Yes. I do not understand the people who are like, I went into Target to get one thing and just like came out with a cart full of things. Like, I am not tempted by home decor and all that kind of stuff. Like at thrift stores, maybe. Yeah. Like I love collecting cute little things, but I'm like, I don't need it. It's like, let alone going to Target and paying a lot of money for like one little item. I know there's cheap stuff there too, but like I'm not a shopper, I guess. Like when it comes to stores like that.
I probably like Target a little bit more. Like I could spend a lot of time there. My style's probably getting away from like the Target because it's just like very basic, trendy items. But I do like some of the trendy.
They definitely have fun. I like going there for like gifts and stuff. They always have a lot of cute gift options.
Do.
But I do think it's like not like the best store. I mean, it is a good store, but like I'm not obsessed with it like some people are.
Yeah. I love corn in my mac and cheese. I love that. That's hilarious. I have never heard of that before.
Wow. I guess you don't knock it till you try it.
Corn in your mac and cheese. Maybe this summer with the sweet. I just like can't picture
I'd
this.
rather just have like corn on the side and mac and cheese on the side.
If you have creamed corn, you can put like cream cheese in it. So I can see like cheesy corn. That is so random. I don't know. Maybe it's not.
Maybe that's like a like Southern thing or like some other cultural thing that's like really normal for them.
Yeah.
That's funny.
I know that is.
Okay. My next one is also something being overrated. Coffee is overrated. I don't really know because I really like coffee, but I only like iced coffees, like iced lattes or an iced coffee of some sort. I don't like hot coffee.
Yeah. I'm not a coffee drinker simply because it makes me feel terrible.
But I like do not like need a coffee like every morning. I don't feel like sometimes I get that way.
Yeah.
To me, it's like a little treat. Like on my way to work, I love having like my fun little coffee drink. Like it's like my little treat for the way to work or my treat to drink while I'm at work, like after I've eaten breakfast.
But there are people like that are just like coffee and Jesus. Like their whole personality, I guess, is coffee.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But you do you.
You do you. There could be worse things to be obsessed with.
I know. Is it? What's the trend like? Yes. I'm obsessed, or yes, I'm addicted, but I think it's an addiction that doesn't hurt anybody or
Oh,
something.
yes,
I don't know if it's
talking
obsessed or addicted.
Yeah.
So, you
Yeah.
do you. That the toilet paper should look like bangs, not a mullet.
Wait. What?
Wait.
Oh, yeah, I've never heard it said that
That
way.
is hilarious.
Yes, definitely the toilet paper go over.
Yes. I know, it's kind of like weird, and I feel like you're going to touch it more.
Yeah.
When it's under. Yes. Keegan's giving his commentary in the background. You probably can't hear it. But, like, you already have dirty hands. Like, let's not try to touch the part where somebody
Yes.
else is going to touch later.
Yes.
Let's be sanitary here,
Oh,
guys.
I know. I think that's like most people agree on. It's better being over.
Yeah. That's
What,
so
Keegan,
funny.
you don't agree?
Bangs versus a mullet. That's so funny.
Oh.
What?
Taylor Swift is overrated. All mine are just overrated ones.
Actually, yeah.
We'll just leave it at that. I know some people love her music. I mean, I think she has some good, fun songs.
She is, like, so hyped right now. I think she has fun songs, too.
But I definitely think that, I'm not trying to bash her, put her down, but like, Taylor Swift, if you're listening to this.
If you're listening.
Don't
Imagine.
think I'm hating. She does have really good, but she is like huge right now. And she's not, that sounds really, I do think she's good poppy songs, but there's people who are like way more talented vocally than her.
Yes.
And I hate even saying that because I feel like I'm putting someone down.
I know.
by
It's
talking
like
about-
not
so-
really helpful.
So that's
or
not helpful
edifying.
when that's like leaving a hate comment probably. So don't.
Just
she
pretend I didn't say that, but.
I didn't see that, Polly. No, I do think she has good music. But I do think that some people are, and I think this goes to say with a lot of artists, people are unhealthily obsessed with them.
Yes.
They can still have good music and be talented. I'm not saying she's not talented because she's definitely is. But I think people, so I should have even did the comparison thing, but some people obsess over celebrities.
I know. And I think she's just like hyped and people want to be like the more somebody's popular, everybody wants to jump on that bandwagon. And 50-50 does not work in a relationship. It causes problems and it's never really 50-50. Men and women have different roles in a relationship, and if we both do our parts and respect the other person, the relationship can be a lot healthier.
I agree. I feel like I've never thought of our marriage as needing to be 50-50. And I feel like I've heard a lot of people say things like that. Like, it's never going to be 50-50.
I know. And if you're like kind of calculating everything, like who's doing more and who's putting in more effort.
Yes, exactly.
That's going to be so unhealthy in any relationship.
It's hard to weigh. Like, how do you split the 50-50? You know, like.
Yeah. I've heard before, which is all kind of maybe cheesy, but like, instead, like, both work on giving 100% instead of, like, giving 50%.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm just going to do the best that I can.
Yeah.
And love you and serve you the best that I can.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
The first year, okay, I'm curious what she means by this. The first year of marriage is the easiest. I wonder if the person who wrote this in is meaning that that's not true.
Or if, no, I think she's saying it is true.
Okay.
Maybe it's because everyone says it's the hardest.
People do say it's the hardest. I guess I've literally only been married a little over a year. So I'm just going to say like the first 6 months. And that's not true for me. Sorry. I'll just read you a text I got. I feel like, and I can't really say because we haven't even been married 2 years yet, but I feel like marriage is better now than it was like 6 months ago.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. So I feel like it's probably, I mean, I know obviously we'll hit rough spots and we always do throughout life, but I feel like it has continually gotten better. Like I don't feel like, and I know it's really hard for me to say because I haven't been married that long, but I feel like the first, like, I'm just basing off the first couple months or 6 months, like, not that they weren't like fun and stuff, but I feel like it's just like gotten a lot better.
Yeah. I know.
But
I think marriage is just
experience. I don't know. You have more experience than me. Would you agree
that the first year is the easiest?
You're almost 3 years now.
I don't know. It's just like we've just changed and evolved. I feel like Keegan and I have both like changed a lot, and we've become maybe a little bit wiser. Still not wise. Still just little kids playing around. still immature sometimes. But I don't know, like looking back, I'm like, wow, I was just like a little kid getting married. But that's just what it is. It's not like a shameful thing. I don't know. We went through a little bit of a rough, it wasn't really a rough patch. It was just like, I don't know. It was like a really good first year. I think I like was anticipating everyone's like, man, it is so hard.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, like we didn't struggle a lot in our dating years. Yeah, we would have like little fights.
Yeah.
So I was like, is it just going to be like suddenly we're fighting all the time and all those disagreements are going to come up? And then I was like, we get along really well. Every personality is different.
I feel like the bottom line is it just varies couple to couple. And it's and like sometimes it can be harmful to go into marriage with expectations of like the first year being the easiest or the first year being the hardest.
Don't push your own narrative onto other people or your own experience onto other people, I guess.
Because like it, and then it makes you, if you do have a different experience than that, then you're like, oh, we must be doing something wrong, or we haven't hit this spot yet.
Because, I know some people, it's like the first year was hard and the rest is just like they got through it and now they have amazing marriages.
But some people, like whoever wrote this in, I mean, that was their best. So
yeah, the first year was pretty great.
Their best year, or best year marriage, but like the first year of marriage is the easiest. So that's just how it is for some people, and for some people it isn't.
Yeah. My next one is also Taylor Swift is overrated.
You already covered that.
I guess a lot of people agree that she's overrated. I'll read my last one.
This is so funny.
Wait, save that one for last.
I
have do you have
3 more?
Oh. Well, you can just keep reading.
Okay. This is so funny. People say that sunsets are all different, but I'm sure I've seen some that looks very similar.
Wait, read it again.
I was laughing through that. People say that sunsets are all different, but I'm sure I've seen some that looks very similar.
I've already seen it. No, I take that to sunrises. Like, get up early at like 5 a.m. for the sunrise. It's gonna be so.
Yeah.
Okay, I agree. Maybe I should say sunrises are overrated. No, they're always really pretty, and you feel really good getting up early.
Oh, I love
but I'm
them.
just like, I mean, I've seen a sunrise before,
and I do think that sunsets are. I think some people are just like huge sunset people, and some people are like, oh, they're pretty. But that is so funny because I have seen some that look pretty similar. They're all gorgeous, but
that's funny.
On a nice clear sky day.
My last one is...
I had ketchup on eggs. Oh, a couple of yours went over to mine. Okay, I have one more then.
Oh, okay. Is yours Apple Music?
Mm-mm.
Okay. Apple Music is better than Spotify.
I don't agree because Spotify at least has a free version. And Apple Music, if you're not paying for it, like, everything's gone. Like, Spotify, if you want to take a break or something, like... for some reason, like all your music is still there. You can still listen to stuff. You just have ads. Like Apple Music, because I had it for a little bit, then it's like now I can't even like ever look back at and access anything until I like pay for a subscription again.
I mean, I think it's whatever you get used to, but I feel like Spotify creates, like they have like the daily mixes. They just create such good playlists for me.
I don't even use Spotify, so I don't know why I care this much. I use Prime Music.
Yeah, which I should because we have Amazon Prime, but I'm so invested in my Spotify. I've had it for years. Like, I have just this perfectly curated playlist through all my years. It's just really hard for me to give up, but Keegan's trying to convince me because we could save $13 a month. 18? Spotify is getting expensive. Apple might be cheaper. I don't know.
When Spotify was $10 a month.
It is for
back
2
in
people.
my day. What?
It's for 2 people.
Oh, 2 people. It's 18. Oh, so that's cheaper than $10 a month. For
well, it might save some money if you get a dual plan.
Yeah.
Anyways,
all right. Last one. Pools and hot tubs are disgusting. # germs. I can totally understand that.
I do. We go to the Y or like YMCA and we'll swim sometimes. It's a little gross. Like just knowing it. I think about it actually a lot. I'm like, everybody's just swimming there in their bodily fluids.
In hot tubs more because it's like a smaller body of water.
Yeah,
but
it's at least hot.
Ooh, that almost makes it worse.
No, but it's like killing off the bacteria.
But
Keegan, you keep inserting. Nobody can hear you. Keegan said it's definitely not hot enough for that.
Keegan,
why don't you just get on here?
Hop on up. I love water. Like, I love, like, swimming.
You are a big swimmer.
Hot tubs. So, like, I know it's gross, but, like, I still love it. So I'll just not think about it.
But I do think about it. I totally get where you're coming from. It's honestly kind of disgusting that we all just get together and we just, like, and it's like, yeah.
I know, but there's, like, bleach in the pool
sweating.
and stuff.
People are sweating in a hot tub.
I know.
That's
hot
disgusting.
Tub, it, like, heats up. I think hot tubs stink more, too, than pools do. Oh, what happened? Oh, yeah. So we got an Airbnb with some of our couple friends last fall. And I don't know what happened. I think Airbnbs are supposed to switch out the water every single time. And I think they did. But I think by doing that, they don't chlorinate it or something. Was it on day 2 or day 3? It reeked. Like, unusable. It reeked so bad. Yes, that's right. It was, like, green. It stunk. And it was, like, I don't know if it's because they hadn't put bleach in it. I mean, it's like we were all adults in there. I don't think anybody was peeing in the hot tub. Hopefully not.
It stank, and that probably was the heat, just like bringing out
Yeah,
all the
heat,
fumes.
like just heating up the fumes and stuff. And we won't talk about how we tried to fix that.
Could have maybe paid a fine for the Airbnb. Anyways.
Yeah. Anyway, and then that was the last.
That was the last one. Well, that was fun.
That was fun. I
Nice.
love reading in people's submissions.
Yeah. Thank you all for sending them in. These are always fun because I feel like we're like kind of including you guys in, and it brings up a lot of fun conversation. So thank you so much for listening.
And we will see you next time. Bye.
Bye.